Okay, here is a construction build video of the battery cartridge system for the E-flite T28. Here's the parts you're going to start with. There's 11 parts. The cartridge can be screwed or glued together, and the base can be screwed to the aircraft and removed. And 6 screws. So this is eventually what you'll end up making the base look like. It's got a magnetically controlled closing mechanism using magnets. And you'll see how that works as soon as we get another one glued together. That was the base and switch, and this is the cartridge. Pretty simple stuff. Just put it together. It only goes together one way. There are letters that denote what's at the front and what's at the back. There's an F there and an F inside, which go to the front of the aircraft. Also on the base, there's an F. Hard to get your hands. That goes to the front of the aircraft. The left denotes the front of the aircraft. Okay, so that's the cartridge, and these are removable fences. Inside, these are the faces. These are the fences. These are the fences that you can position and then glue in if you so desire, or keep them out. Do whatever you like with them. You know, if you got a full-length battery. This is 6.5 inches by 2 1/4 inches ID. 6.5, 2 1/4. So your battery has to fit inside of that, or you can notch it for your wires here. A lot of options. But the fences go in just to, if you have a shorter battery, you can make the compartment shorter. It's up to you. Okay, so those are the pieces and parts. First thing we're going to do is the cartridge. So we'll move the base away. Parts to the base go over here. These are the parts to the cartridge. So they go together. We could build on a base that's kind of CA friendly or removable. So we take the base. Let's get set up here. We take the base. We have the F letter forward, right there. So I start with it on the left, just makes it easier. Also the side piece, side of the cartridge has a letter F. Place it in the holes. Same with this one, F. Place it in the hole, and helps to put the fences in, both of them. They don't have a front or a back, they just go in. And then the faces, these are the fences, put the faces on. Make sure they're all squared up, thusly. And there you have it. That's the cartridge. Just dry fit together. You know, do it several times. Make sure you're comfortable with it. And then start gluing. Grab the CA. And kicker if you like. But I like to run a bead down the slots because it drops into the slots and along the seam to create a fillet. And on the other side, just drop some in the joint, also inside. And don't be shy. You can go along here. You wanna have this particular glue joint goes under another part, so you want to have that nice and clean and flat. You can always take a a cloth, you know, a wipe, and wipe it down after, so there's no lumps of CA. Getting in the way of your joint. On the tip there, and then I like to run up inside of the corners. Like so. Let that sit a bit. I gotta clear my tip of CA. It's not cooperating. A little cold out in the shop, so everything's moving a little bit slow. Okay, and if you feel like now you want to make sure it's all square, and then give everything a shot of kicker. Let it set a minute, and take this time to clean the tip out. Okay, that should do it for the start of the tack, and so it never hurts to go over the joints again. Take CA and rub it around each one. You know, just keep it. It'll help it keep it together for the ages. This is going to ride on the existing floor of the T28 cockpit, so you kind of want it to be smooth. You know, I put eventually I'll put some furniture wax on that, so it just slides in there really nicely. Make sure all your joints are good, and then go over your joints. Leave that one. This is probably an okay one just to do once. This one, you know, you run another bead in there, can't hurt. Run a bead in there, and especially the corners. Corners take a lot of stress. Putting batteries in and out. Don't need to leave a lot. I like it neat but not gaudy. There we go. And that's probably pretty much it for the cartridge. The base. Basically, the base you could actually screw it to your bench putting it together. You want to line the back bar, the hold down bar that catches this little lip. There's that little lip there. Let's see. See that lip there? Runs all along there. That tucks into underneath the back bar and stops it from lifting. So you can either glue this on or screw the whole contraption to your T28 cockpit, and therefore you could use it in other planes, or remove it for a service or what have you. Let me grab a couple magnets. 6 actually. Oh, forgot. You get 6 magnets, neodymium magnets, with the kit also, in addition to the 11 parts, plus the screws, plus the magnets. So we'll take 6 out of there. Put them back in their little prison because they're a wild bunch. So the first thing I like to do with the base is take 2 magnets unto themselves, stick them in the hole, doesn't matter. There's an F on this, and it goes in there thusly. It's going to slide back and forth and lock the dental mold lockdown mechanism. See that? Closed, open, closed. So, to get the magnets oriented correctly, you want to, let's try to zoom in a bit. Okay, we'll try that. Okay, so you've got two magnets stacked in there. What we want is a magnet apiece in here, okay? And a magnet apiece in the holes in the base. So the trick is to keep them all coordinated as far as, sticking to each other. And so I like to do it one at a time. I take that, I put that in the hole, and I put where I want another magnet up top, I take it off and I wipe it off of there. Okay, so we've got a pair of magnets with a known polarity. Okay, so I'll glue these in place. And they're going to need to shift over each other, so you want to keep them flush. So I'll wipe them and then, make sure the glue makes it in between the joint and the magnet, or the joint between the magnet and the wood. Wipe them down, move them around so you're not gluing them to your workspace. Trying to keep this oriented, it's bizarre. Okay, so we've got that. See the magnets jumping beans. So I'll take them and I'll use a little kicker so I can get moving, make this last not all day. And so they're moving around, they're glued to the base. We're glued to the base, wiped it down, and we're going to flip them over. We're going to glue them again. Okay, wipe that down, kick them. Good. Okay, so we flip them back over, move on to the next set, right? Right. Hard to divide, get them to divide with cold paws. Let go. You're tough. Get my magnets at Apex Magnets. Always been really happy with them. Man, I need some heat on these paws. Okay. Gonna do the same thing again. Alright, we got that one and we got that one. So we got a single magnet. Oh boy, that's gonna be tough. Jumping beans. Okay, I got a single one, and it's going to find its own way into the hole. Okay, so we got that set there, right? We're going to glue. Yet again. You might take some scrap, and push it into the joint. Then you can just wipe it off, kick it. Good to go with that one. So the idea is that forms the two positions. Okay, we're going to tip that over and we're going to do the other side. I don't know how much this is helping, but only the placebo effect. Okay, so that end of that shift lever is done. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing at the other end. We're going to take a pair of magnets. I'm going going to divide them. Place it in there. Oops. Okay. Hopefully I've got it still in camera. Oh, good. So I'm going to do them again. Same. Wipe it. Kick it. Make sure we get the kick it over. It's going to be a little hot. That's okay. So we place it on there, and we're sure we're oriented correctly. Come off of it. Glue it again. Move it down. Kick it. Flip it. Kick it, and we're done with the difficult part. That can get a little difficult. Okay, so we've got the slide switch with both magnets in it, ready to be put together with the base. Okay, so what happens next is a little tricky-ish. This part with the F going forward, there's a little F on there, I think. I don't know why it's not auto-focusing, but who knows. Anyway, there's a little F here that goes forward, and there's sized slots on the front, middle, and aft. That slides in there. This tongue makes it all the way down into these slots. So that's what you want to do there. You want to get that in there. But the tricky bit is that you need to glue it while this is in place, or you'll never get this in place. So that comes out of there. That goes onto the stops. That goes into there, and those tongues fit all the way through. And the way you check that is you lift it off the building board, and you want to make sure that this is flush. These three tabs are flush with the bottom of the base. All those three tabs. Let's take that out again just real quickly and glue its little handle. Makes it easier if you glue the little handle in while you've got it apart. Oh, I screwed something up. Look at that. Okay, so okay, I didn't glue that one. Okay, picking up where we left off, I had forgotten to glue that part and had to clear the bottle of glue. And I really got it flowing. Wipe. Wipe and a wipe, and let's see if we've got the orientation correct. And that one's working. That one seems to be working. Okay, so we're good. So now we're going to glue this little handle in here that makes it easier for it to zip back and forth, or put your thumb on it and apply some pressure. Kick it. So far, so good. Okay, that pretty much leads us on to the next step of putting the pieces together. Mock so. Make sure the F is forward, F is forward, F, F, F. Everywhere, even an F on the named part. There. It goes forward like that. Flip that around. Snap it into its rails, pick it up off there. What I like to do is glue the end ones. You can drop them out of there, you know, so you got good glue adhesion. I'll wipe it and kick it. Good to check your vertical. Make sure you're 90. I like to go to the other end and do that. Make sure you were in the camera view. Wipe it down, move it in and out of the slot, pull it, put it back in, kick it over, wipe it so you don't glue yourself to it. Make sure, you know, give it a look from the top and make sure you're 90 to the base. And give it a kick. Sorry, give it a kick. And then you've got the center one. The center one's critical because you don't want to glue the pieces to each other. And you're just going to have to work that out and work very gingerly, you know, and put a little bit of glue on it and make sure it doesn't run down the side. You know.
Call from Lady Rain.
Goodbye. And then wipe it down, you know, kick it, a little bit of juice on there, kick it down, and just make sure it moves, you know, make sure the slot works, you know, in its own slot. There you have it. And then go back, do it again, you know. It's critical because this is going to form the strength that keeps the battery in the aircraft. So you just want to make sure you got glue everywhere, but not down through the slots. Wipe it down, wipe yourself down, kick it, and I think that's all it takes. Do that twice, I think you're good to go. So that, zoom out, that forms the base. And you're finished with it. It works thusly. That's open, shut, open, shut, open. You take your cartridge you previously built, your cartridge that you previously built, tuck it underneath the lip behind here. Oh, sorry. We need to put this on first. So we're going to get rid of the CA base, and we're just going to screw it to the bench. The bench being, you know, the piece of plywood, which I guess we could simulate. Let's see. We'll just use the bench. So, as I say, you can glue this piece to the base if you care to. I think I would prefer to screw it. to my plane, because if you screw it, you can always get it off again, or get it off the plane. Let me grab a driver. Screws come with the kit. You drop down one through here. And that's going into your T28 existing plywood there. Okay, so 6 screws. I'm going to put in, I don't know, 3 or 4. I think 3, just for demonstration purposes. This one is critical. You definitely want to get a screw in here, because this is where you're going to want to keep it in the teeth firmly. Okay, so you go down into the base of the T28. Probably have to remove the existing let's go all the way down with that. The existing Velcro that comes up through the base of the T28 cockpit floor, because they're going to impact the movement of the cartridge. So you have your battery and your cartridge Velcroed in. You slip it under there, and there you are. You know, that'll mitigate with a screw in the center. So you have several CG positions that you can lock the tray in. Right? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 positions for the CG management. Locked in. I'm pulling up pretty hard. I haven't got all the screws in. Let's put that front screw in. See how that works. Let's just put all the screws in just for demonstration purposes. Or, you know, not the best screwdriver I grabbed. These are just servo screws, you know, standard size servo screws that work real well. They got a flange on them, so that acts as a washer. And they're wood screws, so you're kind of all set. Except I got them overseas, and who knows if they have a Phillips head in them or not sometimes. Hey, look at that one. Okay, so you've got it screwed to the floor of your plane. You want your battery out, you lift out, you tuck it in there, you hit the teeth, and you're in. Erf, erf. Yeah, I'm putting about 10 pounds on that, and that's so what you're going to need to do is to make things work easily is I'll take a file or a sanding block and just ease my edges. You know, it's always best to deburr things. You know, life has that quality about it. It's a, you know, a deburring process, life is. So I like to deburr all the parts. Just take the absolutely square edges off of them. Doesn't need a whole lot of sanding, you know. The bottom, you know, just knock off all the high spots. It'll just move easier for you, you know. Be easier on your hands. And here. And when you have it out and loose, you can do the bottom of these teeth and things will just move easier for you. But anyway, so that's the idea behind that. Switch it in. Here are your fences where you can position anywhere you need to. You know, you knock the edges off of that, and watch how much easier they'll just move around for you. And go in there just real sweetly. You know, I would imagine once you get a battery set up in a cartridge in the right CG position for your aircraft and weight and all, I think you just go back there each time, right, and push down and in, and you're in. There's no switching around. An absolute luxury. But you know, I believe in luxury. Why not have it if you can for cheap, right? So obviously you can find them on my website. That's where you are at right now watching this video. And we'll go from there. There's probably going to be other videos of stuff I forgot, but I think you can get a pretty good idea of how it all goes together with what we've just done here. And of course you can always call me and we can talk about it till there is no air. Alright. Thanks for watching, and enjoy yourselves.